Hi friends, once again I welcome you all at Crack Grade B. In our previous lecture we have covered schemes from this Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and in this lecture we are going to cover some other schemes, and this is lecture 2 and lecture 1 we have already covered. Now our scheme for this lecture is EMRS, that is Eklavya Model Residential School. It was launched in 1997-1998. The main aim of this scheme is to provide quality middle and high level education to scheduled tribe students in the remote area. So this Eklavya Model School is specially open or funded by the government for giving quality middle and high level education to these scheduled tribes students. Grant, that is important. It is a very important part that they are set up in the states with grant under Article 275(1) of the Constitution. Remember this point. What is this Article 271.5? Under this, grant under Article 275 of the Constitution of India provides such sums as a Parliament may by law provide shall be charged on the Consolidated Fund of India. So the whatever charge or whatever grant is given under this article, it is charged on the Consolidated Fund of India. It is very important. Now, state UTs are free for apportion fund of their Article 275(1), and under this grant is given to construct, run additional EMRS over the number of sanctioned by the ministry. So they are giving some flexibility to the state that whatever the grant is taking, they can use it for construction and they can use this grant for running additional EMRS, that is Eklavya Model Residential School. What are the structure of this school? It is very simple. You are not face any problem for remembering this point. First of all, it will be a co-educated school, that is boys and girls will be equal, and the education in this school will be free, entirely free. In each class there can be maximum 60 students and preferably in two sections of 30 students. Total sanction strength of the school should not be more than 480 students. But at higher secondary level, there will be 3 sections, that is per class for 3 streams. The streams are science, commerce and humanities, and the maximum sanction strength of each section may be 30 students. So, not in any class 30 students, not more than 30 students can be sit, and the total strength of the student in this school should be not more than 480. Now the beneficiary and cost. The government is giving capital cost for the school complex. This capital cost will include hostel, staff quarters, and they are providing 12 crore and with the provision of 16 crore for hilly areas, desert and island. And any escalation, if this cost is not meeting the requirement for construction of this hostel, staff quarter and school, then the rest cost is made by the state government or UTS. Recurring cost during the first year for the school should be at rupees 4,200, that is 42,000 per child, and they can raise this cost 10% every second year to compensate for the inflation. According to the Article 275(1), whatever grant the government is giving for opening of this school, then up to 2% of this grant should be allocated for the administration of the program. Now, the construction cost. Construction cost for constructing this 480 student capacity school is 20 crore, and whereas cost of construction for northeast hilly areas and difficult areas and areas affected by this left wing extremism, government is giving 20% more of this cost, that is 20 crore. Now the current development, In budget 2018-19, every block having more than 50% ST population or at least 20,000 ST population should have a Eklavya model residential school by 2022. This is the target of the government and it is set in 2018-19 budget. Our next scheme is Forest Right Act 2006. Friends, it is a very important and you should know minor point, each and every point regarding this act, because you have more chance to get any question on this act. First of all, this act was launched in December 2016 and this act tried to recognize marginal and tribal communities' right over forest land over which they were traditionally defined. The symbiotic relationship between forest and forest dwelling communities found recognition in the National Forest Policy 1988, but this policy called for the need to associate tribal people in protection, regeneration and development of the forest. So the Act Scheduled Tribe and Other Traditional Forest Dweller Act Recognition of Forest Act 2006 was enacted to protect the marginalized socio-economic classes of the citizen and balance the right environment with the right to livelihood food. Now we will see what are the key features. Under this act, this act recognizes the right and occupation in forest land in forest dwelling, scheduled tribe and other traditional forest dweller who have been residing in such area for forest generation. So this FDST and OTFD is recognized by this act and they are giving right to reside these FDST and OTFD in this area. This act also established the responsibility and authority for sustainable use, conservation of biodiversity and maintenance of ecological balance of this FDST and OTFD. For example, if any of these tribes is exploring or taking more product, that is forest product, and taking of this more product is disturbing the ecological balance in this forest, so this act will restrict it. How? They are giving right to these people for sustainable use, not for the ecological disbalance. And it also strengthens the conservation regime of the forest while ensuring livelihood and food security of the FDST. In my previous video, I have told you that minor produce, forest produce are sales by these FDSTs and OTFD, and government is promoting, government is encouraging and government is supporting for this minor forest produce, selling of this minor forest produce in the market. So they are ensuring livelihood and they are giving food security under this act. It also seeks to rectify the colonial injustice. In time of the British, they were deprived from their rights to, for whatever they are taking from the forest, they were deprived these rights by the Britishers at their times. I mean to say here is that Britishers was not caring these people, not recognizing their rights at their time. So they are doing injustice to this FDST and OTFD peoples, and this act will rectify the colonial injustice by giving some rights to these people. And there are some key features. Under this key feature, this act is giving 4 types of rights. These are the title rights, use rights, relief and development rights, and forest management rights. Under this title rights, government is giving this to this FDST and OTFD. They are giving ownership land right to these people up to maximum up to the 4 hectares. And ownership is not only for the land. It is actually being cultivated by the concerned family. For example, if any person wants a right on their land, so this act is giving total rights to these people, and so why we can say that they are giving title rights to these people. Now this use right, the rights of the dwellers extended to extracting minor forest produce, grazing areas and patrolize. The people used to take some minor forest produce and wants to sell this forest produce in the market. This right is given by this Forest Act 2006. They can use also some restricted grazing areas for their livestock, and they are also providing this pastoralist route under this Forest Act 2006. They are also giving relief and development rights. How they are giving? They are giving rehabilitation in case of illegal eviction of forced displacement and to basic amenities subjected to restriction of forest production. For example, if area has a mining area, so under this Forest 2006 Act, this act is giving some relief and development right, and they are helping in rehabilitation of the people. And in last, they are giving forest management right. It includes the right to protect, regenerate or conserve or manage any community forest resources which they have been traditionally protecting and conserving. For example, if area is protected by some tribal people, so this Forest Act 2006 is giving or multiplying their power or their right, so they can protect, regenerate or conserve their community forest or the resources which are being producing in this forest. Now, how they are implemented? First of all, the basic unit, that is Gram Sabha, is the basic unit for implementation of this act. How this Gram Sabha or village assembly will initially pass a resolution in recommending whose right to which source should be recognized. For example, if individual or a community wants a right, he will approach to this Gram Sabha and this will pass a resolution that this right should be given to this particular community or particular family or an individual. And after passing this resolution, this resolution be screened and approved at the level of subdivision or taluka, and it will subsequently sent to the district level. And at the level, a screening committee formed, and this screening committee consists of the 3 government officials and the 3 elected members of the local body at that level, and these committee also hear appeals. So what happens if this screening committee pass, then this individual community or the family has right. Otherwise, if any person at both taluka and district level, any person who believes a claim is false can appeal to this committee, and if they prove their case, the right is denied under section 6(2), clause 2, 6 under and clause 4 of this act. Finally, land recognized under this act cannot be sold or transferred. So these are the process from Gram Sabha to district level for implementation of this act in the forest. Now, officers which I have told you, this screening committee is formed of these officers of Department of Revenue of State Government, officers of Department of Forest of State Government, officers of Department of Tribal Affairs. So 3, and the 3 members of Panchayati Raj institution, including 2 scheduled tribe members and at least 1 woman is 3. The total 6 members is formed this screening committee for giving the forest right to the people. Now the eligibility. According to the section 2 of this Forest Right Act, to qualify as a forest dwelling scheduled tribe and be eligible for recognition of right under FRA, that is Forest Right Act, there are 3 conditions and it should be must satisfy by the applicants. The first is the member must be a scheduled tribe in the area where the right is claimed, primarily reside in forest or forest land prior to 13 December 2005, and it is totally depend upon the forest land or a bona fide livelihood need. So, and to qualify for this other traditional forest dweller eligible for recognition of rights under FRA, 2 conditions should be met. The first is primarily reside in forest or forest land for 3 generations, that is 75 years prior to this date, that is 13 December 2005, and it should be depend on the forest and forest land for bona fide and livelihood need. So this FDST and OTFD, which defined under this act, should meet this criteria, meet this eligibility for getting this Forest Right Act under this Forest Act 2006. Now, there are some provision which is given for under this Indian Constitution related to this scheduled tribe people. So I just want to give you a brief idea and just want to remembering you that there are some provision which is given in our Indian Constitution. The first is Article 17, and it is related to the abolishment of untouchability, and in this untouchability refer not just to the avoidance or prohibition of physical contact but to much broader set of social sanction, and it is not been defined anywhere in the Constitution. Article 46 defined under DPSP, and it will promote the educational and economic interest of SC, ST and other weaker section of the society to protect them from social injustice and exploitation. And there are three article, that is Article 338. This article is defined in our Indian Constitution. It will provide the National Commission for Scheduled Caste, and this Article 338A is defined for National Commission for Scheduled Tribe, and this commission deals only with the people, that is ST. And under this Article 338, they can investigate, monitor all matters relating to the constitution and other legal safeguard of the SC and evaluate their working. And they can also inquire into a specific complaint with respect to the deprivation of the right and safeguard of the SC people. Same is the case with the ST people under this Article 338. So friends, this was all from my side. I will come up with more video. Till then, thank you. And these are our star performers which have been selected in 2020 exam. We are giving a course at ₹2499 for SEBIGRADEA exam. And you can also purchase our course RBI Grade B plus SEBIGRADEA, that is combo course, as ₹3499. And you can register our website, that is www.crackgrippy.com, and subscribe our course. And in our RBI Grade B course, we are covering all these things, and we are offering this course at ₹2499. So friends, till then, thank you and happy learning. पढ़ते रहिए, मेहनत करते रहिए.